Hello, my name's Katie and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we've got just over half an hour of a power yoga inspired flow to work your whole body, improve your flexibility and leave you feeling invigorated. Some of the poses are going to be quite challenging, so we've got to make sure you're listening to your body and only going as far as is comfortable for you. If you feel any pain or discomfort, then make sure you're pulling back and only going at your own level. But when you're ready, if you'd like to join me standing at the top of your mat in mountain pose, and hopefully you'll really enjoy the workout. Namaste. Standing in mountain pose, with feet together parallel, drawing energy up through the legs. Tuck the tailbone in under slightly, draw the tummy button in towards the spine, tucking the ribs in, opening the chest, rotating the shoulders back and down, neck nice and long, crown high. I'm going to inhale the arms up and exhale back down. Inhale the arms up. Look up towards the hands, exhale down, inhale the arms up, and exhale back down. Now we're going to go into a forward fold, so we're going to inhale the arms up, bending the knees, hinging at the hips, forward fold all the way down, hands find the floor. From here we're going to do some halfway lifts, so inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, soften back down. So we inhale, straightening the legs, straightening the back, looking forwards. And exhale, soften everything back down. Inhale, straighten, look forward. And exhale, soften everything back down to the floor. Okay, from here, bend your knees and step your right foot back. Lower to the knee, come onto the top of the foot into a low lunge. Then take a couple of deep breaths here, just opening your chest forwards, looking forwards, stretching out the hips. Couple of deep breaths and then come onto the toes, step that foot back and come back to another halfway lift and soften down. And we do the same on the other side, so step your left foot back, lower to the knee, come onto the top of the foot and inhale, stretch your body forwards, looking forwards, opening the heart, stretching out the hips. A couple of lovely deep breaths and then when you're ready, come onto your toes and step that left foot back to meet the right. Okay, from here you can grab the elbows and do a ragdoll sway side to side, stretching out the lower back, keeping a bend in the knees so you're not overstraining the hamstrings. Then hands find the floor. And from here, just stretch out the hamstrings a little bit further, just shifting your weight from your toes to your heels. Making the lower back nice and long, and then bend your knees and look forward. Step your right foot back. And from here, you can either stay up on your hands, or if you'd like a little bit of a foot deeper stretch, you can lower down to your forearms into a lizard lunge. So here, shifting our body weight forwards and backwards, deepening the stretch in the hips even further. And come back onto the hands. Step that foot back. And then holding onto the elbows again and again, stretching out that lower back, feeling that lovely stretch. Okay. And when you're ready, hands find the floor, step the left foot back. And now you can either go down to the forearms you'd like if you did that on the first side, otherwise you can stay up on your hands into that lunge and just shift your body weight forwards and backwards, deepening out the stretch. And then from here, step that right foot back to meet your left and come into plank position. So plank position, think about pushing the floor away with the hands, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, rounding the back slightly. And then from here, we're going to go into our first modified Chaturanga. So lower the knees, come on top of the feet, lower the chin and chest to the floor, and then inhale, scoop through into a Sphinx position. So Sphinx position, still think about drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, opening the chest, rotating the shoulders back and down, looking forwards. Stay here for a couple of breaths, and then when you're ready, move your hands to underneath your shoulders, and then we're going to inhale and come up into a cobra position. So cobra, just pushing up a little bit further, not pushing too far if you don't have the flexibility in your back. And then we're going to lower back down. And then inhale, opening the chest, lengthening the neck, back into a cobra position again. Keeping energy down through the feet. Heels should be drawing together. lower down. And again, inhale back into Cobra, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, neck nice and long, shoulders rotated back and down. Okay, from here we're going to shift into Upward Dog. So Upward Dog, the difference between Upward Dog and Cobra is that your weight is no longer on your legs. So all of your weight is between your hands and your feet, and your body is slightly off of the floor. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths here. Again, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, shoulders rotated back and down, chest and heart open and pulling forwards. Okay, and then when you're ready, lower back down and shake everything out. Okay, from here, push up onto your hands and knees, roll onto your toes, and then from plank, push your tailbone up high towards the sky into our first downward dog. Now, into our first downward dog, we're going to keep it nice and mobile, so stepping out the feet, keeping it fluid, not overstraining anything, trying to think about the tailbone pointing up as high as you can. Nice long line between the tailbone and the hands. We're going to take a few deep breaths here, so just make sure you're bending and moving whichever way feels good to you. Moving the hips side to side if that feels nice. Maybe moving both knees together. And then when you're ready, we're going to step or jump our feet very gently back towards our hands. And inhale all the way up to standing. Gentle back bend if that's comfortable for you. And then inhale the arms up again. And exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold all the way down. And from here, step your right foot back, lower that back heel to the floor, and come up onto your front knee. Still drawing the tummy button in towards the spine. We take a couple of nice deep breaths here, keeping the back leg nice and straight. And from here, we're going to have hands find the floor again, and we're going to do that modified Chaturanga. So lower our knees, come onto the top of the feet, exhale, chin and chest to the floor, inhale, Cobra Pose or Upward Dog, whichever is better for you, and then push the ground away and push yourself back into Downward Facing Dog. And from there, shift yourself back to plank, bring your left foot forward, and then your right foot forward, and bending the knees. Inhale, arms up overhead and hands at Namaste. And then we're going to inhale the arms all the way up again, look up towards the hands. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, hands find the floor, and step the left foot back. Lower the left heel and come onto the front knee. Again, keeping that back leg nice and straight. Front knee as close as we can get to a 90-degree angle. Draw the tummy button in towards the spine. A couple of deep breaths here. And then our hands find the floor again. Step back to plank, lower onto the knees. Exhale, chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, Upward Dog or Cobra. And then roll onto the toes and push yourself back into Downward Facing Dog. Stepping out the legs, moving the hips, moving whichever way feels good for you. Take a few nice deep breaths, pulling the chest towards the thighs. And then from here, inhale, the right leg goes up high to the sky. Exhale, right foot in between your hands. Lower the left heel down and inhale the arms all the way up overhead into a Warrior One position. Now, Warrior One, make sure you're, again, drawing your tummy button in towards the spine, protecting your lower back. And take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale our hands to our chest and straighten the front leg. And then we're going to exhale, hands up, bending that front leg. So we're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale, bend. And stay in that bent leg position again, Warrior One, a couple of lovely deep breaths. And when you're ready, inhale, and exhale, hands find the floor. And step back, lower to the knees, come to the top of feet, chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, Upward Dog or Cobra. Push the floor away, back into Downward Facing Dog. And from here, if you feel like you've got a bit more flexibility, start thinking about lowering the heels down towards the floor, opening the chest up and getting it a little bit closer towards the thighs. And when you're ready, we're going to do the same on the other side. So your left leg goes up, inhale and exhale, left foot in between your hands, lower the right heel, inhale the arms up into a warrior one position. A couple of lovely deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, straighten that front leg, hands to your heart. And exhale, hands up, bending that front leg again. So inhale up and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. And stay here for a lovely couple of deep breaths, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, still opening the chest, keeping that back knee nice and high. And exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank, lower the knees, exhale, chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, push the floor away into downward facing dog. Take a lovely couple of deep restorative breaths here. Maybe moving your hips side to side, releasing any tension in the lower back. Then your right leg high to the sky again with the inhale. And from here we're going to exhale, knee towards the nose. Inhale the leg straight up to the sky and exhale, knee towards the nose into plank. So we're going three-legged dog to a one-legged plank. And we're going to keep with that movement. So we're inhaling the leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, plank pose. And we do 10 of those in total. So inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. And then on the 10th one, we're just going to hold our knee in that plank position. Step back to plank, lower to the knees, and sit back in child's pose. Let everything stretch out, stretching out that lower back, stretching out the arms in front of you. Take a few deep breaths here. And then come onto the hands and knees. Push back to plank, tailbone up towards the sky in downward dog, and the left leg goes up. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to inhale, exhale, knee to nose, inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. So with every inhale up, we're trying to get our leg a little bit higher. And with every exhale, when we're bringing our knee to our nose, we're rounding the back, really crunching the stomach muscles in towards the spine. It should feel nice and fluid. If you have to stop at any point, then feel free and come into a child's pose. Otherwise, try and stay with me, stretching your leg as high to the sky as you can and bringing that knee as close in towards the nose as you can, rounding the upper back. And on the 10th one, we're just going to hold, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, pushing the floor away with the hands. Step back to plank, lower to the knees. Widening out your knees a little bit, get into a lovely deep child's pose there. If you want to keep your knees closer together, if you don't have the flexibility, then by all means you can. And sit back towards your heels. A couple of lovely deep breaths, and then come back to the hands and knees. And step or jump feet towards the hands. Inhale up, and exhale, hands to the side. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Hands find the floor and step the right foot back and come up into warrior one with an inhale and then exhale, warrior two. So in warrior two, you want to have that front leg as close as you can to a 90-degree angle, back knee lifted nice and high, hips angled towards the side of the room, arms nice and straight. And we're going to inhale the arms up, straighten the front leg, and exhale back down to warrior two. So inhale, straighten, exhale, bend that front leg. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. Seeing if with every bend you can go a little bit deeper into the pose. And then we're going to hold, take a few lovely deep breaths here. And then on the last one, we're going to inhale and we're going to exhale, shift our body weight forward, and the hands will find the floor. And step back to plank. And from here, push your tailbone up high to the sky in downward dog. Right leg goes up high to the sky, and exhale, right foot in between your hands, lowering the left heel down. Inhale, warrior one, and exhale, warrior two, opening the hips up towards the side of the room again, thinking about a straight line between your hands through your shoulders towards your other hand, drawing the tummy button in, and we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale down. Inhale, straighten the front leg, exhale down. Inhale, straighten, exhale, getting a little bit deeper into that pose. Keeping the back leg nice and straight. And then we're going to hold, take a few lovely deep breaths here, keeping the neck long, opening the chest, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine. And from here we're going to exhale, hands down towards the floor, step back to plank. And we're going to do a full Chaturanga. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. If you want to stay with the modified version, if that's too much for you at the moment, then by all means you can do. And we'll stay in downward dog, just stretching that chest towards the legs, maybe stepping out the feet a little bit, deepening that stretch. Then inhale the right leg high to the sky into a three-legged dog, and exhale, right foot in between your hands. And then inhale, warrior one, lowering the back heel. And exhale, warrior two, opening the hands up to the side. From there we're going to inhale and then exhale, arm up overhead, back hand resting on your leg into reverse warrior. Take a nice deep breath, come back to warrior two, inhale, exhale, hands find the floor, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. And stay here for a few nice deep breaths. Stretching out the hamstrings, stepping out the feet, tailbone nice and high, hollowing out the belly and pushing the floor away with the hands. And from there we're going to inhale the left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog, and exhale the left foot in between your hands, lowering the back heel. Inhale, warrior one, and exhale, warrior two. And then we're going to inhale to prepare, and we're going to exhale that hand overhead, back hand resting on your thigh. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. And stepping out the feet, couple of lovely deep breaths here. Right leg high to the sky with an inhale. Exhale, right foot in between your hands, lower the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. And then from here, we're going to lower our front elbow onto our knee and stretch our other hand up overhead to an extended side angle pose. And if you'd like more of a challenge, you can take that right arm and bring it up parallel to the left. So you're really challenging your balance and using the strength of your whole core to hold you in place. And just try and hold that position, take a few deep breaths, coming out of the pose whenever you need to, still angling your body towards the side of the room, and then lower the hands down, step back to plank, come onto the knees and sit back in child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, come back to hands and knees, push back to plank and to downward dog. And then we're going to inhale the left leg up high to the sky and exhale the left foot in between your hands, lowering the back heel. Inhale, warrior one, and exhale, warrior two. And then bringing that left elbow on your knee and extending the right arm up overhead. Take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, if you did it on the other side, bring that left arm and bring that up parallel to your right. Really challenging the core and building strength. And take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, both hands find the floor, either side of the front foot, and step back to plank. Push back to downward dog. Okay, take a couple of deep breaths here, bending the knees, shifting the hips side to side, moving whatever way feels comfortable for you. Trying to stretch that chest towards your knees. And then jump or step the feet towards the hands. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale hands to the heart in Namaste. Then we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale forward fold, hands find the floor. Step the right foot back. And then the left. Lower down Chaturanga. Inhale upward dog. And exhale downward dog. And from here we're going to move into a pigeon sequence. So take your right leg high to the sky with an inhale. And then we're going to exhale the right foot to the left wrist. And try and lower those hips down as close as you can to the floor. So in pigeon, you need to make sure that your back leg is staying straight and the knee isn't opening up to the side at all. And take a few deep breaths here, trying to keep your front leg straight along the floor and your hips lowering down as much as you can. If it's comfortable for you, you can come onto your forearms, deepen the stretch a little bit more, opening the chest, drawing the tummy button in, leaning forwards, lengthening the neck. If you want to feel the stretch a little bit deeper, you can lay down on your hands. Just take a few lovely deep breaths here, trying to relieve any tension in the legs. It should just be soft and relaxed, melting into the mat. And then come back up. Take a nice deep breath, inhale, come up onto the toes, push up to plank and step back and push to downward dog. Take a couple of lovely deep breaths here and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to raise our left leg up high to the sky with an inhale and exhale the left foot to the right wrist and lowering back down into pigeon. So in pigeon we're thinking about opening our chest, lengthening our spine, drawing the tummy button in towards the spine. Really feeling that lovely hip stretch. And then if you did it on the other side, lower down to your forearms, pulling your chest forward. Nice deep breaths, inhales and exhales here, trying to relieve any tension. And then lay down on your hands. Now in pigeon, it doesn't matter if you can't get your hips all the way to the floor yet. That will come with time. Each time you practice, you'll probably be able to get a little bit further and hold a little bit deeper. And then from here, come back to the toes, push back to plank, and tailbone all the way up to the sky in downward dog. And from here, we're going to stretch out the shoulders a little bit with some movements from downward dog to dolphin. So if you exhale to plank, and then inhale, downward facing dog, lower the elbows to the floor into dolphin. So we're going to inhale, downward dog, exhale to dolphin. Inhale, downward dog, exhale, dolphin. Do that movement a few times. And then on the last one, we're going to just hold dolphin position. So in dolphin position, you can have your hands together, palms pressing together, or you can have your palms flat to the floor. Dolphin is a great pose to hold if you're working on your forearm balance, as it really opens up the shoulders and gets you in that inverted position. You can step the legs out here. Just getting comfortable in that dolphin. Take a few deep breaths, and then when you're ready, raise the elbows off the floor and come back into downward dog and exhale to plank. We can do a bit of core work here, moving from plank to downward dog. So we're going to exhale plank and we're going to inhale downward dog. Exhale plank and inhale downward dog. So with each movement, you're thinking about crunching your stomach muscles in when you're in plank, rounding the back, pushing the floor away, and then in downward dog, see if you can get a little bit deeper into that pose, chest a little bit closer towards the legs, heels a little bit closer towards the floor, while keeping your back straight and your legs straight. and holding plank. Drawing that tummy button in towards the spine. And then inhale, downward dog. And right leg high to the sky. And then bring that right foot to your left wrist for pigeon pose again. You want to stay with pigeon, then by all means you can do, otherwise we're going to try and move into a mermaid pose. So get nice and comfortable in that position. Make sure your left knee is towards the centre of the mat, not coming out to the left hand side. And then bring that left foot in and try and hook that left foot around your left elbow. And if you can, bring that right hand up and clasp into mermaid. A mermaid, you're drawing the tummy button in towards the spine, opening the chest towards the front of the room as best you can, then release the leg. If you want to from here, you can rotate the grip of your hand and come into a king pigeon pose, trying to pull that back foot in towards your head. And release, hands to the floor, push up to plank, step back, and downward facing dog. And we're going to do the same on the other side now, so your left foot goes up, and left foot comes in towards your right wrist, and lower down into pigeon. Take a few deep breaths here, and then we're going to try the same as we did on the other side. So making sure your right knee is towards the centre of the mat, it's not come out to the right hand side. And then the same as we did on the other side, we're going to bend that right leg, try and catch the foot on the crease of your elbow, and bring your left hand up and make the clasp into mermaid. Still drawing the tummy button in nice and close to the spine, opening the chest towards the front, lengthening the neck as much as you can. And release, come back to pigeon. If you want to flip the grip, holding onto the outside of the foot, and then coming into king pigeon, pulling your head towards the foot. Take a deep breath, and then gently release, back to pigeon, push up to plank, and downward facing dog. Take another couple of lovely deep breaths there. And then from here, take a nice deep breath, inhale, and then we're going to exhale to plank, lower chaturanga, inhale upward dog, and exhale downward dog. And inhale plank, exhale lower down, inhale upward dog, and exhale downward dog. Inhale plank, exhale lower down, inhale upward dog, exhale downward dog. Step out the feet, and from there we're going to come to a seated position. So lower to your knees and sit back on your heels. Okay, take a nice deep breath here. Draw the tummy button in towards the spine. Open the chest up and come up onto your toes. Lace your hands behind your back and inhale. Open the heart. Look up towards the sky. Hands chasing the floor behind you. And hands to your thighs. Take a nice deep breath. And then crossing your ankles, sit back onto your sitting bones. Bring your feet out in front of you into a butterfly position. Your feet should be around a foot or so in front of you. And we're going to inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down, softening over those legs. Inhale up and then bring your feet in a little bit closer if that's comfortable for you, or you can stay in butterfly. Otherwise, keep your feet nice and close to your body in cobbler's position, holding onto the feet or the ankles. And we inhale up, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold down over those feet. So inhale up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, hands behind you, stretch out the legs into staff pose. And from here, we're going to go into a fish position. So a slightly modified version of fish position where you're on your forearms instead of your head. And from here, open the chest, lengthen the neck, and look back. Then come back up to seated. Legs straight out in front of you. And we're going to bring our right leg in and give that a nice hug close towards our body. And lower that right leg down to the side. Angle yourself over your bent leg. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold over that bent leg. Inhale up and exhale, fold, softening over that leg. Inhale up, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold over that bent leg. Now angle your body over your straight leg. We're going to do the same thing. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Then just try and relax and soften over that straight leg for a few lovely deep breaths. Try and think about releasing any tension, just melting over that leg. And then when you're ready, inhale back up to seated. Bring that right leg in and stretch that out into staff pose. Shake out the legs, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So bring your left leg in, give it a nice hug, and then lower the left leg out to the side. Angle yourself over your left leg. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale up and exhale, soften and fold over that left leg. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale up, angle yourself over a straight leg and same thing. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale up and exhale, fold. And then on the final one, just softening over that leg. A few lovely deep breaths, removing any tension, if there's any accumulating around the back of your thigh. Then inhale up, bring the left leg in, stretch it out in front of you and shake out those legs. Release any tension. Okay, so from here it's yogi's choice. Final relaxation, you can come into a comfortable cross-legged position, half lotus, full lotus, or by all means lay back in savasana and just take a moment to bring your attention to your breath. Let it come to a lovely natural rhythm. Feeling grateful that you were able to practice yoga today and improve your health and your fitness and hopefully your emotional and mental well-being as well. A few lovely deep breaths here, and namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again.